Brandon Flowers, 20 years of hot fuss. What are the emotions that are kind of around that?
It's a lot, you know, it's caused a little bit of reflection. When you're in a band, you're constantly looking forward and thinking about what's next. So it's a little bit of a change of pace for us to look back, but it's been nice. We're proud of what we did.
How do you start making a best of album? Like, how do you make the cuts?
Yeah, it was tough because there were about 5 or 6 that I probably wanted to go on that didn't make it. You know, everybody's got to have their favorites in there. But at the end of the day, we're all pretty happy with the 20 that we chose. It lined up perfectly, 20 songs for 20 years.
Well, somebody told me you had a boyfriend, you look like a girlfriend.
What is it like to reflect upon, you know, those 2 decades? And who was that Brandon then, that 23-year-old?
I mean, just had stars in my eyes, and I was, you know, just in love with music and was just about to embark on the ride of a lifetime. It was an incredible thing that had happened to us. I've changed probably. I mean, there's a part of that guy that still resides in me, but I think I've grown up quite a bit since then. I'd like to think that I'm a little bit more well-rounded, and I'm less cocky. I think.
I got gas in the tank. I got money in the bank. I got news for you, baby. You're looking in the mirror.
You are energy personified. You do not stop when you're on stage. How do you stay tour fit?
I think, you know, it's got to keep that cardio going.
Hang on, I'm taking notes.
You know what might help me? I live in a higher elevation here in Utah, and I think that might give me a little bit of an advantage.
What's your favorite Killers song to perform?
Oh, it changes. There are special moments that we have attached to, you know, to a lot of the songs that are staples on the set list. I bring up "Read My Mind" a lot. It's not the most bombastic song. There is an elegance to it, but there's an emotion in the room that I like to experience when it starts.
Can you see people's reactions when you're up on stage?
I can. Sometimes people act like they can't see what's going on, and don't believe those people when they say that, because you can see. You can see.
I know that you're an Oasis fan. Do you have any plans to go see them?
I'm trying to figure that out with the schedule. But yeah, you know, they had a big impact on us. When I was 19, I saw them do "Don't Look Back in Anger," and I watched the room and the way that people were responding, and it was just so much more physical and so much more emotional than what I was experiencing at these synth pop concerts. And I was like, I got to find a guitar player. And so that's when I started searching for guitar players, and I met Dave Cooney.
How many times do you get asked about your performance at the AFL Grand Final?
Only when we're coming down to Australia. But you know, there's kind of like a lot riding on it, and there's no bells and whistles, and you better be good. And thank heavens that day we were good.
You ready to rock?
You have been known to invite people on stage, play little drums, potentially.
How old are you? 13.
I'm not a drummer, but I'm willing to try new things. Am I in with a shot?
Yes, you just got to make a nice sign. Just make a nice sign.
What if my sign just says, "Brandon, I'm your best friend"?
That ain't gonna cut it.
No. Brandon Flowers, as always, it is such a delight to talk to you, and I'm absolutely thrilled that I'll get to see you again soon.
Thanks for talking to me.